Did you know that in the last 2 decades, the Nigerian makeup industry, in its uniqueness, has grown beyond just brushstrokes? From the era of unmatched foundation undertones and working out of personal makeup kits, to a huge contributor to the ever-growing and viable beauty and personal care market. Currently worth a whopping 1.26 billion at retail, with an estimate to reach 1.31 billion by 2023. On the Beauty Cook Show, I will be celebrating the key players in the Nigerian makeup space, highlighting the role they have played in putting our beauty industry on the world map, while sharing key insights, tips, and tricks to help build the rapidly growing list of emerging beauty brands and entrepreneurs. My name is Omontese Ita. This is the Beauty Cook Show. Hello.
Hi.
Welcome to my show.
It's good to
My name is
here.
Omontese.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, my name is Visi.
Oh, nice to meet you.
You're so silly.
This is she's my daughter's surrogate mom. My daughter Atolani. Yes. I remember calling you last night. I told Atolani that I was taking you out. She said no, I shouldn't take her mommy out.
I know. She never lets me out of her sight.
But that's very unfair. That's the only thing that Atolani hasn't shared with me. So how have you? I know you had a set of twins last year.
Whew.
How have you?
2020.
Yes. Okay.
During
2020.
COVID.
So they're the pandemic babies.
Yes, very much so.
Have they been displaying those kind of pandemic traits?
Yes, because my son literally, one of them, Kendi Ayomide, he literally opens the gate for people. It's just a year and a half.
Oh yeah, he actually did open the gate for me.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you experienced that.
That's true.
Yes.
Wow.
Very much so. And they know how to operate my phone to get to the camera. Mm-hmm. One of them likes pictures. So as soon as he turns on the phone to the camera, he puts it up at this angle and says, cheese. And the other one likes to play music. So one of them
was it the one that was changing the channel?
Yes. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. And the remote.
With the remote and keep changing the channel.
Yeah. So very much pandemic baby. You're amazed at how they know how to do so much.
Go out stuff like that.
I have no idea, but I'm not even going to dive into that.
Interesting. Well done. So you're a curator, a stockist of luxury brands.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes, and so you're like a value chain in the makeup industry.
Whew, I don't want to toot my own horn, but
yes. And I also know that you used to be a MAC girl.
Of course, a MAC
Tell us
girl
about that.
So I used to work at a MAC store, 2010 to 2012. It was a wonderful experience. It was one of the best companies that I worked with. Even though I was on my feet the whole time, you're not allowed to touch your phone. You have to be on your feet the whole time. But it was such a beautiful experience because MAC as a company, I think, are very much into their employees. One of the things that they really emphasized was that come to work, have fun, be who you are. I think one of their motto is for all race, all gender, and they're all about equality. So to just have that, to have a workplace that's fun, and you get to play makeup. I mean, that already
Free
is,
makeup.
I know, right? And then every time something new comes out, you get to play with it before the customers play with it. So that on its own was amazing, coupled with the fact that the company, it was just bomb. I enjoyed it, but I think at that point it was time to come home. So I just needed to leave the job and
So has that experience been different? How is that? How are you going to compare? What's the comparison with that experience there, being a MAC girl and then being? Please, I don't want to. Sorry, have I started speaking Fune? Because I'm going to twist my tongue.
Sorry.
Please, can you speak Nigerian English? Please?
Yeah, okay.
This is pro. Or we speak Yoruba and they will translate it.
No, now, okay.
Oh yeah, most orolo.
Oh yeah, I need that. I said to God. Okay, so the whole experience, it's been an eye opener because moving.
Listen, you're getting switched.
I'm doing one by one.
Okay, yeah, go back. Go back to your comfort zone. Let me be that your Mac. Let me pretend to be your Mac employer. Okay, go back to your comfort zone.
I'm trying now. Leave me alone no more. Okay. This guy cannot be laughing. He has to be laughing.
Tape rolling.
Sorry. Shoot. Okay, so the whole experience has been different. Going from being a Mac girl to moving to Nigeria, working for Lagos State for about 5 years.
Yeah, I knew that. Yeah.
As a staff accountant.
Wait, pause.
I know.
From
I know.
a makeup artist
I know.
in the US.
Yes.
You came to Lagos.
Yes.
And said in accounting.
Well, I figured my father's money should just not waste like that.
Okay. Why didn't you just refund him the school fees?
I beg, that one has gone.
Okay.
That one's gone. That one's gone.
Go ahead.
So, moving to Nigeria, my parents are very old school, so they believe that my stint at Mac was just a stint. That's exactly what it is. So they're like, hey, so you're in Nigeria now, we should get you a proper job.
Yes.
And I was like, oh, okay. And I still had my Mac stuff that I was selling at the boot of my car. And my dad would just be like, where are you going? Like, Dad, I have customers that I need to go and deliver my goods to. He'd be like, oh, she fee, I won't make up any shere. Yeah, those were his words. And I'm like, yes, Daddy, because I knew I was earning money off of it, but whatever. I mean, at some point in time, you just let your parents, you let them get on with what they need to say. So eventually, I started working with Lagos State. I had to stop my whole makeup selling side hustle. At that point in time, I think eventually I got married. I had my daughter. And then before you know it, little by little, it was 4 years. And then I thought about it like, wait, is this how I'm going to be going for the rest of my life? And I'm like, no. I sat down with my husband. And he's like, okay, what do you want to do? And I'm like, I want to go back to my makeup side hustle, playing whatever my father called it. He's like, okay, yeah, let's do this. So I started my business, very little, a small store on Falau Sibo. Then, of course, you remember.
I remember.
So I was doing that, working with Lagos State. It was crazy. I would leave work, and I know people say, oh, because you're a civil servant, you don't have anything to do.
Yeah.
My own did not happen that way. I don't know why, but I was, the couple of places that I worked at, I was busy. So I would leave work, go to my store, and eventually at 7 o'clock, I would leave my store and then go home to my family. I did that for about a year and a half before eventually I was like, okay, this is not working anymore. So I resigned from my job from Lagos State and concentrated fully on my store, Mecca Beauty. And since then, it's been absolutely wonderful. I have no regrets about it. It's been amazing. It's been a good transition.
Absolutely. So let's talk about, there's another thing that I have noticed. You've had to move TV.
Okay.
TV times.
Okay.
And you've been within phase 1.
Okay.
How has that affected your market?
Okay.
And who has really been your market?
Okay, so that's
because I know you are between makeup artists and personal users.
Definitely. So my targeted market is not just makeup artists. I want the average woman to walk into my store and tell me, I just want to look flawless with my makeup. How do I go about it? We have an in-store makeup artist that can coach you also, but I want to introduce you to products that, with the help of your makeup artist, if you have one, or with the in-house makeup artist that can literally guide you into having, it doesn't need to be a full glam look, but just when you go out, have your makeup be really presentable. That's it. So we have makeup artists as our targeted market. I have a lot of them that I'm really grateful for that comes in here there day to day, but also definitely end users also. Beautiful women that just want to know how to apply their makeup.
Brilliant. So it's been very encouraging. Do you regret resigning from your day job?
So no, but at the same time, I do have a passion for what I went to school for. So not being able to practice that once in a while, I look back and I say, I wonder how I can incorporate that with what I'm doing right now. And I sort of have found a way because I take care of my books myself, as opposed to hiring an accountant to overlook my books. So I've sort of taken, yes, my job as an accountant and used it to help my business. So I'm doing a little bit of both. So it's been okay.
Have you ever thought of replicating these services for other makeup artists or makeup stores?
So you know how there's some people that they know the craft, but they can't teach. But then there's some people that know the craft and they can teach. And there's some people that don't know the craft, but they can teach. I think I know the craft, but I don't know if I can teach. I don't know if I'm a good teacher. So I don't know if I really want to open that avenue and say, oh yeah, come and learn.
No, not learn. Offer that service.
I know, but that would be teaching someone. I don't even know if I have the confidence enough to say, let me teach you on how to go about.
But you should look to that area, because who better understands the money language of beauty than
an accountant?
Yes, a bit practitioner and an accountant.
I'll try.
So just look through that. Give me that. Work on it. So how did you get into makeup?
Good question. So, of course, it all started with Mac. In my second year of school. So what happened was I was in the United States, Washington, D.C. to be exact. And I used to work at one of my dad's law firm as a receptionist, something just to bring money in during school. So during the break, whenever I go to his office in the morning, I have to pass through a Macy's that had a huge Mac stand. And every time I would walk past, the girls were either dancing, having fun with a flawless makeup look, and they were wearing anything they liked. And I was just like, man, I wish I was working there instead of going to the law firm. It looked like more fun. And it started like that. So before you know it, I became friends with a couple of them there. And whenever they see me, we would sit, chat before going to my regular
The
job.
work that pays you.
I swear to God, before going to my regular job, before you know it, so I finished school. I used to do that during breaks. And then I finished school and I started work. I stopped the whole fantasizing about Mac for a while. And after finishing school, I started working at an accounting firm as an audit associate. So I did that for a while. I was just like, and then I felt that whole, what are you doing here? Again, just like I felt in Lagos State that. So before you know it, I had an issue with the company wanting to file for me to get my papers. So there was a brief 6 months that I wasn't working. So I thought about it like, okay, you see, go and learn this thing. I didn't go to any school. I sat down with my laptop in my room and just started applying makeup on my face.
How many years ago was this?
2007, 2008.
Okay.
So I would sit in my room, pull up different people's makeup. Jackie Aina was a really big one. Then that I would just copy, replica all her looks. So eventually one day I just went to the Mac counter at the nearest mall to me and I said, listen, I want to get a job here. What does it take? The girl was like, come in with a full face makeup, do your absolute best job and just come in. Let's see if you can. And I did just that. And she was like, oh, wow, okay. You're not perfect, but I think we can work something out. So she had me fill out the application, spoke to the manager, went to the, they have like a interview where they interview you oral and then you do a practical. She scheduled me for that. And before you know it, I heard, you were hired. I was like, eh?
My God.
I was feeling myself. Come on.
Nobody can tell you nothing.
And you know what the funny thing is? In the United States, everyone looks at a Mac girl at the Mac counter like, ooh. You understand? So,
Get me proud.
You couldn't tell me anything.
Jesus.
When I joined,
Double shoulder pad.
I swear, everything.
Like this.
I will now wear my necklace. We have a necklace then. I would wear my necklace. They have different accessories that they give their employees. You have to know I'm a Mac girl. It was... everything shoulder was up, it did not come down, just...
They are proud.
Excuse me, we're it. So we have something to be proud about. We have something to be proud about. So that was.
Wait, so let me ask you now.
Yes.
Were you guys trained to be that proud?
It's actually your managers actually tell you that. Listen, you guys have to emulate what these women want. A woman wants to walk up to a Mac counter and after getting her makeup done, she needs to feel like, yes, I'm the ish. So you that you're selling it to her, you need to have that feeling. So if you don't have that feeling, how are you going to now make someone feel like that? Like, yes, so please.
I'm sure everyone watching this that has been at a Mac counter knows what I'm saying. What can I do for you?
Yeah.
How can I help you today?
We're always very courteous.
I just go, yes, of course, I'm very courteous, but you can smell and you just go, hello, sweetie. What can I do for you?
Yes,
what would you like to? How can I ask this?
We educate you, but then we make you, but you can't tell me that after you leave a Mac counter, you don't feel a little bit of what she was.
I beg. I should rest.
You know you were feeling like it, but don't worry. We're not hearing it out here, but it's okay.
I have this policy that when I walk into shops like Sephora, a counter, I know what you are trained for. You are trained to sell to me. You are trained to empty my pocket. I am not going to allow you to assist me. I rather allow you to leave me in that store. Let me play like a kid in a candy store. Okay. By myself.
Okay.
So I'm very like, oh, no, thank you. Because if not, they will sell sand to you
at
the beach.
No, so one of the things that we're also trained to do is understand when you need to back up from a customer. Don't crowd a customer. So if you've gone to a customer once or twice, looking at different items. So a customer is standing in front of an eyeshadow stand. You go to her, she tells you, I'm fine, I don't need any help. And then she moves to the lipstick stand. And then you go to her, she tells you, I'm fine. Back off, let her call you. So these are some of the things that we have been taught to do.
Yeah, rightly so.
Exactly. So, but at the end of the day, of course, we do have a target. We need to meet our target. So, yes.
I know they agree.
No, it's because, but I think it's because you also know what you want. For average woman, for average woman that has no clue, they know they want a beautiful brows, but they don't know how to achieve it. So they rely on someone that her brows are nice. They're like, wait, how did you do? Yeah, you understand? So before you know it, I mean, I do have a target. So you will buy all 6 products that I tell you to get. So
the colors are very close. So did you ever like do proper service, like do makeup for people, home calls, bridals, and all that?
Definitely.
In the US or here?
Yes, in the US. So what happened was I had my full kit when I was coming back home, thinking that, you know what, I've been doing this in the US, I would continue to do it in Nigeria. But when I got to Nigeria...
You shocked you?
Yes. So imagine I'm coming to Nigeria with a full kit. My bag was a Zuka bag. Everything in there was either, the lowest is either MAC, and then it just goes up from there. And someone told me that they wanted to do makeup for 5,000. And I was like, well, this was in 2012.
Even that.
Exactly. I didn't understand. I was like, excuse me? How? And you know, I just go back. So I converted. I was like, Wait.
Say that again. I just go back.
So I looked at the rate. I was like, wait. No. It didn't make sense. I was like, there's no way I can't. No. I won't even get out of bed for that. It didn't make sense to me. And it seemed like what I was asking for was not the norm. Maybe I was looking at the exchange rate, one. Then two, I was looking at the quality of my kits.
Yeah.
Not that people weren't doing it, but being the fact that I don't have a name. So it's not like people know you for this and then you want to come with some expensive bag. Who are you? That was what I was receiving. So then I was like, you know what? It doesn't look like this is going to happen. And coupled with the fact that my dad kept saying, so you finished playing with your makeup. Now you come and get real job. So that literally just made everything, doing makeup here, it just died down. I started back again when I opened my store. But I encountered the same thing again. The last time I did makeup for someone was 2019, and the woman wanted to pay me 8,000 naira for makeup. I was putting Fenty body lava on her, and she wanted to pay 8,000 naira. I didn't understand it. I was like, ma'am, I'm not using cheap brands for you. And you liked the work because you had me taking pictures after the look. But you wanted to, I was like, you know what, BC, maybe your own mouth is too big for this thing that you want to get into. Again, coupled with the fact I don't have a name. So I was just like, you know what, let me focus on the selling of it. Makeup is a passion for me. Let me try and educate people on how to use it on themselves as opposed to doing it. Let me leave it to makeup artists like. And then sell it to people like you. So that's what I ended up focusing on.
That's interesting. So what has been your unique selling point?
Authenticity.
Okay.
I absolutely, it gets on my nerves seeing fake items. If you're going to buy a 2,000 naira foundation, buy a 2,000 naira foundation. But why buy Fenty foundation that you know right now is 25,000 naira in the markets? Someone now sells it to you for 10,000 naira. So I have a problem with authenticity. I have a problem with being fake. One of the things that I'm very particular about is having authentic, guaranteed products in my store. I don't have anyone shop for me anywhere. It's either I buy from Sephora, just authorized retailers or the company itself. And I think that's one thing that people have sort of known Mecca Beauty about. Just knowing that if you walk in there, whatever you get is genuine. Like there's no compromising. I'm on Admiralty Way. If you find that whatever you bought from me is not, it even has a question mark, please by all means bring it back. I will show you. I have receipts. You know how they say you have receipts.
With the high increase, with the constant increase in exchange and all of that, aren't you tempted to cut corners?
So my number one belief, and I think I got this from my dad, is that once your name is tarnished or damaged, you're going to work twice as hard to get it back. So once someone comes into Mecca Beauty and gets a fake product, no matter how much of an authentic product you put in there, people are going to believe at the end of the day that it's fake. So I try as much as I can. It has not been easy. There's some products that I barely make anything off of. And there's some products that leaves room for a little bit more profit. Yeah. Exactly. So it needs to be a balance. But compromising on that authenticity, no. I am not even tempted one bit because I can't afford for people to go out there and say, you better not go to Mecca Beauty. I'm MAC powder that I bought the last time.
So as with your experience, what are the effects of buying adulterated products?
And it's not only, again, it's not only your name that you're destroying, you're also not helping end users.
No, I'm talking about as a makeup artist.
Oh God.
Or even as an end user.
It kills your name, number one. Then you don't know what you're buying. you're literally just buying something because the bottle looks. Half of the time, the bottle doesn't even really look like the genuine product.
one,
You understand? So at the end of the day, you are putting yourself at risk by buying something that you have doubts about. Because sometimes some people have doubts about it, but because they want to cut corners, they're saying, please, this one is selling at 3,000 naira cheaper. You understand? So the risk, you damaging it's all about integrity to me. At the end of the day, I can't afford for people to know me as someone that cut corners or someone that, let's hurry up and, oh my, okay, everything will be fine. No, I can't afford that. That's about me as a person. So keeping that in mind, I don't want a makeup artist to even think of that. I try as much as I can to advise them. If you are going to start with an affordable drugstore product, please do that.
Yeah.
As opposed to buying something that is not.
It looks like
Exactly.
and it's not.
You can't buy fake YSL. Somebody bought YSL. She traveled. She said, oh, well, I don't know if she traveled. I traveled. I bought a YSL foundation. Unfortunately, I am currently using a YSL foundation right now. As she brought it, I was like, wait, hold on. This is like, we're using the same thing. Wait, but why does your bottle look like this? I brought out my own bottle. She was like, oh, what do you mean? My sister, I'm not saying anything, but this is my own foundation. I know where I got it from. I got it from Harrods. So I don't know, but this one, I can't even help you sell it. I don't take things like that. Because automatically when she came into my store, she thought she was like, oh, it's not my, no, she said, it's not my shade. So can you help me sell it? And I was like, I don't do that, number one. Then number two, this your foundation looks funny. I'm not going to tell you it's fake or real. That one's your, yeah, your God. But yeah, so I don't compromise on that under any circumstances. I'd rather close my doors at the end of the day, because I'd rather not do what I'm doing anymore than have fake products on shelf.
Yeah. So as a makeup artist, what's the most pointless invention you've seen in the beauty industry?
God. I thought, there's quite a, you have me start calling people out now.
I'm not saying you.
Okay, I'm sorry. So I saw, this one is called out too. I saw soap brow.
Okay.
And I understand you want it to,
Stay put.
Stay put. But I'm just like, what happens when it rains? I'm sorry. I've just always been thinking about that what happens when it rains. So does that mean that soap is sliding down your face? That's just one thing. And I'm sure it works for some people, but I'm just like, what happens when you start sweating? And then what happens when it rains? Yeah. I've never said anything about it. I just look at people and I'm like, okay.
But that's true. Imagine they actually do this for a model, and then she has to do a swimming pool shoot.
Yeah, like, so are you saying, does the soap not move? I've never tried it, so maybe
I've never tried it too.
Okay, so maybe I should try before knocking it. But immediately I see it, I'm just like, yeah, soapy brows.
It may not be soap. Maybe
it's soap. Because they say it's soap. It says it right there. So I don't understand it. I don't know if I will be trying it anytime soon, but please, if you do try it, please let me know, because I am very, very curious about it.
I'm not curious about it.
Okay,
never really crossed my mind.
I guess that's one trend.
I know of using edge control.
That makes sense.
Yes, I know of edge control.
That does make sense.
So that, I don't know
for the soapy.
Actually, we'll try it one day.
Yeah. Once you try, please.
So what else? Any other?
That's all I can think about off the top of my head, because I've always thought about it, that how does that work? So I'm sure there's a couple more, but.
That's good. So, what as a makeup artist, what's the most important quality you think a makeup artist should have?
Oh God, I tell people all the time, as a makeup artist, you can't stop learning. You have to always learn, and I think just with any profession, but as a makeup artist, because I think with different trends, with different time, makeup is evolving. So you have to be willing to learn. You have to be open to learning. I'm not saying go to makeup school or anything, but just get on your computer and just look at anything new that you didn't learn in 2014, you didn't learn in 2016. The makeup that we're doing in 2016 is different from what we're doing in 2021, 2022. So always be willing to learn as a makeup artist. That's just, I think once you're willing to learn, there's no, she used to be old, she used to reign back in the day. That won't happen to you as a makeup artist if you are willing to learn. You understand? So this is the trend right now. You don't necessarily have to jump on the bandwagon, but just know how to incorporate it into your own style. Exactly. So before you know it, that's my little 2 cents.
Yeah.
I think. So
that's so beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming. Thank you for agreeing to come. And then this is to Atolani. Thank you for letting your mom come out. Thanks to the boys as well. I do appreciate. Thank you for coming. Thank you for sharing your story with the world. And I know that this would, go a long way to impact, upcoming makeup artists. So. And then, we can really
beauty
just
entrepreneurs also.
Yes, beauty entrepreneurs. Tell our story to the world. So, guys, that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching the Beauty Cook Show.
Fun.
Do not forget to subscribe, like, share, and watch our previous episodes.
Oh yeah.
Yes, don't forget to watch our previous. Yes, so you catch up to this one. All right. Take care. Bye for now.
Bye.
Cheers.